I've always wanted to build tree houses. I built them when I was a kid. I've always loved building them. The feel of the place, the fact that it's been handmade, the fact that it's made out of wood, and the fact that you just feel completely kind of in the woods, you know, completely connected. I think it's one of the most natural, primal things that we do is to climb trees. Yeah, I'm very content here.
My name is Jacob. This is my tiny house. When I'm not building my own cabins, I'm travelling around the UK in Oscar our camper van, in search of the coolest tree houses, huts and cabins that the UK has to offer. Today we are off to the beautiful county of Herefordshire, to a glamping site called Brook House Woods. We've actually already been here to make a film about a Hobbit house cabin. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But it's also home to a treehouse, and that is the reason as to why we are here today. This is Will, the man who helped design and build the tree houses here.
Hello.
Hello, Will. Nice to meet you. And this, hang on, I've forgotten the bloody name of the tree house. What a great start to the film. Walden. I'm glad I checked because I got the wrong one. Walden. And this is Walden, the treehouse that they designed and built. And I must say, it's gorgeous. I would love to think that I could do something like this. I'm not sure I'm quite there yet, but it's utterly beautiful. It looks and it feels sophisticated, it feels well built. But it still feels quite rustic and handmade. If you're going to look at this glorious view, leaning on handmade railings. It makes me want to build things that aren't straight and aren't right and aren't perfect, because it feels lovely and it feels homemade. I love it. We haven't even made it inside yet, and I found the coolest thing, a roll-top bath outside, under a lovely cover, but outside. And what a shingled wall! Why would you want an indoor bath anyway? You've come to the woods. I feel like an excited little puppy. I want to build the treehouse. Oh ho! Feels massive. Heaps of space and heaps of light. But it's all about that. I'm in the trees. I just love how this whole side curves in, displaying that wide view of the woods and the hills beyond. And now I'm just rambling on out of happiness. It's so stupid. I'm being so stupid. Can you tell I've been on my own all day? I've been on my own all day filming cool cabins and tree houses. Just talking to myself, talking to a camera, there's no one there. I'm going a bit bonkers, but it's beautiful. Every time I look round in this place, the attention to detail blows me away. I know I keep saying that everything is handmade, but, well, most of it is wobbly and wonky. But it's more than that, it makes it completely unique. Unique design built by a few people, by hand, in a unique way. You're not going to find other places that are like this. It's not a kit build. I'd love to create something that feels this charming and homemade at home, at my place. I can't stop looking at that bed. that wonky, wobbly handmade bed. For God's sake, they can't even just buy a normal bed. Look how pretty it is. It's actually a bit annoying how lovely these handmade pieces are. Because it means I want to do it. And that means things take a lot longer because I'm learning everything from scratch. However, how brilliant would it be to make something like this? Oh, I love slidey doors. Oh, slid that a little hard. Oh, for God's sake! Beautiful side tables made by hand. Now, before I explode with excitement, let's meet the man who built all this.
Hi, my name's Will St Clair and I was one of the builders on Walden, the tree cabin here at Brook House Woods. My partner and I both worked as actors in London for a long time before this. For us, it was really a way to live in the country and sustain ourselves kind of on our own terms. I've always wanted to build tree houses. I built them when I was a kid. I've always loved building them. This woodland that we run our business in is about 50 acres. It's about 70% ash, some field maple, birch, cherry, oak. The area of woodland where we built our cabins is fairly young. It was only about 25 years old when we started building. So the trees that we had there weren't really big enough to really support proper big elevated tree houses. So we've called these tree cabins because they're a bit halfway in between. You know, they're not right up in the trees, but they're not sitting on the ground either. Luckily, we've got this lovely kind of quite steep sloping ground. So at the back of the cabin, you're fairly close to the ground, up on stilts, just about 2 or 3 foot. And then at the front of the cabin, you've got this huge big drop. So when you're out at the front, you really feel like you're up in the trees. But we just wanted to build something more unique and more substantial, really, that could last all year round. So we kind of came up with a design for these cabins. And then we took it to a local architect who originally kind of laughed us out the room. So we started building this cabin in September 2016 and we opened it for our first bookings in June 2017. It's a combination of traditional roundwood timber framing and traditional sawn timber. So these cabins have all got these lovely big trusses which were all made by hand. So big square Douglas fir kind of traditionally built trusses. There's one at the front and one at the back of the cabin. All of the uprights are round sweet chestnut with the square traditional timber frame kind of jointed in, notched into that. The handrails are all cleft sweet chestnut, so that was a really lovely, quite organic process, and you really have to make each one fit according to the shape that the wood is that you're using. So we're getting long poles of sweet chestnut, kind of around 4 or 5 inches thick, cleaving them down the middle. You're literally splitting the log in two, and the one half makes the bottom and one half makes the top. We made the shingles all hand cleft with a mallet and a froe, bashing bits of wood for hours and hours on end. So for the interior of the tree cabin, we really wanted to get some nice, clean, flat surfaces to slightly contrast all the natural wood that's been used in the main structure. So the interior has been kind of lime plastered and painted. They've all got a little bit of character, you know, they're all a little bit higgledy-piggledy. We built the kitchen, we made oak doors and oak drawer faces for all of it and an oak worktop. So everything, it's got that kind of complete handmade look. But all the shelving and and everything like that is all kind of hand built to fit the space. So generally the feedback we get from guests is amazingly positive. People tend to just love the feel of the place, the fact that it's been handmade, the fact that it's made out of wood, and the fact that you just feel completely kind of in the woods, you know, completely connected. And again, it's that disconnect from the outside world that people get. You know, we don't have Wi-Fi in the cabins, there's no TV or anything like that. People just love to come and switch off, read a book, go for walks, cook food. Yeah, I'm really proud of them. I think they're really lovely. As the years go on, they're just becoming more and more part of the woodland, and I think they do that really nicely. I think the thing I love about my job here is that it's never the same, really. It's always changing, it's always developing. It's kind of, yeah, the mundane is definitely not a part of this job. I mean, the main thing I love about it is just the fact that every day I just get up and I walk out into the woods and I'm at work. I live here and I work here, and that's really, really satisfying. Yeah, I'm very content here.
Penny and Will have made something truly unique. And I know I've probably mentioned that word far too many times today, but there is a good reason for that. Everything, from the wonderfully and wobbly bed down to the little coat hooks, is handmade. From what I can work out, they had a dream to live the good life, leaving the city, moving out to the woods and create something different, create something unique. And I think they've done it.